So it was a 0-0 draw when these two met during pre-season. Here's hoping today's game is more like a repeat of the last time Palace hosted Southampton in the WSL 2, which saw the Saints edge a 7-goal thriller. McAloney moves it down the line looking for Brazil. Yanez with an early clearance. Southampton picking up those second balls. The referee was trying to play the advantage there. Crystal Palace being told to move away from the dead ball situation. And I mentioned when we were going through the lineups about the set-piece threat posed by Tara Bourne. Here stood over the ball. Deflects, does that take? The last contact did come off the Crystal Palace player. It was Josie Green. And it means that inside the opening 60 seconds, the visitors have the game's first corner. Crystal Palace won't need reminding that Southampton scored 2 goals from corners on the opening day win over Ipswich. Ball. It's a good defensive header. McAloney takes the time, the Scots. Not fully cleared. And it's all the way back with Fran Stenson. Bourne goes low, picks out Brazil. He looks to have it under control before a heavy touch, and trying to compensate from that, commits the foul. Not sure who the intended target was there for Crystal Palace. And Bourne lunges in, did get a clean strike on the ball. The first opportunity for Crystal Palace to try and string a series of passes together. Ferguson was trying to close down for Southampton. Still looking to make inroads down that left-hand side. Primus, she wins it back. Nice roll. Ferguson. Brazil's the only Southampton player in front of it. Good hold-up play from the Southampton striker, and that's a nice use of her feet. Crosses low. It's poked home inside the 6-yard box. What a fantastic start for Southampton. Excellent work from Ellie Brazil. She turned provider. And it's a first goal in Southampton colours for Michaela McAloney. Really tight, close control from Brazil. Plays it straight into the danger area. Palace can't clear, and the Scot was alert. And it's a simple finish from close range. Still question marks over Crystal Palace defensively. Joe Potter spoke about learning lessons from that defeat against Charlton. But I guess Southampton will argue you make your own luck. Credit goes to Ellie Brazil. She was the provider. And McAloney, she's off the mark in Crystal Palace colours, in Southampton colours. How can Palace respond? Back with Nolan. You can see a gesturing there, asking for more movement in front of it. Green. Trying to work this here, Crystal Palace, and that's very nice. What about the delivery? Well, it takes a nick off Bourne, and it will be a Crystal Palace corner. Can only apologise for any interruptions with our feeds, but it is Southampton who have a 1-goal advantage. Palace corner. Goddard got something on it. Sent back in, and that's not going to trouble Fran Stenson. Well, if you're a Southampton supporter watching on, how excited must you be? It was, with all due respect, a very disappointing campaign last season. But certainly when it comes to building momentum, this appears to be an ideal springboard to start the new season. A win already, and the first away fixture of the season, an early goal. Peplo crowded out. Brazil again with a cross straight across the 6-yard box. McAloney was again in and around sniffing out another opportunity. Riley with the throw. Once again, the New Zealander looks down the line. I'm sure that actually came in play. Southampton throw. Jess Simpson, the Manchester United loanee. Primes. Here's Goddard. Pass was played behind Collette. Ferguson trying to roll the defender. Too streetwise for that. Ball down the touchline, trying to pick out Larkin, whose touch led her down. Crystal Palace fans won't like me reminding them this, but it was a very difficult campaign in the top flight. Lots of defeats. The assumption is once you drop down a tier, not that anyone welcomes relegation, that your hopes and indeed actual results tend to be a lot more positive, but it's been a tough start in the 1 game plus almost 9 minutes played in the new season for Crystal Palace. This is nice though. Can't deliver the final cross, but there's a throw to the hosts. And their new signings, Jamie Lee Napier. Maybe clear by Ferguson. Back with Palace though. Tight over that far side. See Southampton very keen to press and get down and impose themselves on Crystal Palace, and that's the reward. They ask Crystal Palace to take risks, try and play a ball in behind, and it results in a Southampton goal kick. Stenson yet to have a significant contribution to this game, and that's just the way goalkeepers would like it, ideally. Hopefully for her, she's watching on at the action taking place over the other end, and that was almost Ellie Brazil in behind. It was only due to the alertness of Hayley Nolan. It's another Crystal Palace corner. It's another Southampton corner. Right on the goalkeeper, who doesn't claim. Not cleared, deflects. Back with Bourne. Cross again. Heady goalwards. Bashford it was. There's a lot of uncertainty across that Crystal Palace back line. Let's have a look at the goalkeeper here, Yanez. Not sure why she doesn't try and catch that. Peplo's deflected strike. So if you were watching earlier on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel, you will have seen that Charlton came from behind to beat Durham. That's the earlier results, and this is the only game with a goal so far in the 1400 kickoffs. Weirden, first chance for her to try and dribble, but she's halted in her tracks by Megan Collette. I was looking for the decision, but it goes the other way. Van Havermaet looking to show off her passing range. It's interesting to see Ashley Weirden is out on that left-hand side. She was played more centrally against Charlton. Collette with the throw. It's back with Yanez. Green has time. Southampton have it back. Was that a hand? It was. The outstretched arm of Chloe Arthur. Who's wearing the captain's armband for Crystal Palace. No Amy Everett in the matchday squad. We're told that there's been an unfortunate setback. She had surgery in the summer, obviously played last weekend against Charlton, but has been ruled out today. Simpson's free kick, helped on by Primus. Good improvisation, but an easy claim. Van Havermaet receives the ball under pressure, and Bashford with the slide challenge. Can't say you haven't been warned, Crystal Palace, and Van Havermaet immediately turns to referee Callum Park. She feels as though there was a foul there. Crystal Palace sticking to their philosophy. Bourne, her header nestles at the feet of Blanchard. Weirden. Her cross, palmed away, and almost into the back of her own net via Tara Bourne. Well, that's what Crystal Palace fans want to see. Weirden out wide. Early look up, sends the ball in. And that's just what can happen. Stenson forced into a save, and thankfully for Southampton, the rebound went into touch. Blanchard. And again. Bit of a waste there. But that's encouragement for the hosts. So as you can see on your screen, Crystal Palace 0, Southampton 1. Goalless between Ipswich and Forest, and likewise Newcastle and Sheffield United. Simpson. Brazil did well to let that ball go. It's opening up here for Southampton. Good defending. Napier it was. Again, Southampton coming forward. Primus. McAloney, the goal scorer. Ferguson applying the pressure and gets the throw. Just no let-up from Southampton. Crystal Palace really feeling the pressure here. Collette with the throw. Looking for Brazil. Weirden. McAloney. Bourne. Trying to pick out Brazil. Nolan clears. Good pick up by Peplo, who slides in. That was a heavy challenge there. Good to see Nolan swiftly back to her feet. Weirden will chase, but that's going to run straight through to Stenson. Southampton keen to keep the intensity high here. Simpson able to turn out of trouble. Was impeded, so it will be a free kick to Southampton. Larkin it was. What appeared to be a tug of the shirt. Riley heads clear. But good territory gained here by Southampton. Brazil. Back to Simpson. Cross bounces in front of Yanez, but American was able to comfortably claim, and she was being impeded there. I was about to say that was a risky ball back to the Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Needlessly inviting pressure here for me, Crystal Palace. Blanchard. Play the ball in behind. He's not really got into the game, Kirsty Howard, as of yet. Brought in from Glasgow City. Green. Hayley Nolan. That was an ambitious attempt there. Ball retention has to be better for Crystal Palace here. Primus. Good strength and close control. Brazil got away with a heavy touch. Nolan goes to ground and wins the ball. Excellent timing there. Spoke too soon, she's given possession away. Weirden back helping out defensively. But this is what will really please Simon Parker. Even when Southampton turn the ball over, they're so quick to nip it back. Simpson moving at speed. Continues to run off the ball. Primus couldn't take over though. Riley. And Havermart opts to send it back to Yanez. Green. Well, it was, he looked to play the dummy, but it didn't come off. Here's Simpson. Was she taken out there? She's quickly back to her feet. Goddard. Seems to be so much more room for Southampton to start mounting an attack. Crystal Palace once again caught in possession. Bashford with an audacious effort. Did she spot Yanez off her line? Growing concerns for Joe Potter. Southampton significantly looking the more likely to add to their scoreline. Weirder with the flick on. Blanchard can't get there. Bourne. Goddard, who's not had too much to do so far. Looking for Brazil. Southampton throw. Bashford trying to hook it around the corner. If you are joining us late and you missed kick-off, well, the first goal came in the 3rd minute. Michaela Macaloni, her first in Southampton colours, following good work out wide from Ellie Brazil, and that's what gives you the current scoreline. And Southampton are looking to add to that. Ferguson runs into traffic. Blanchard. Weirden gets there before Collette. Was she taken out? Play continues. Blanchard. Her ball in is a good one! And we're all level. Abby Larkin. There had been encouraging signs for Crystal Palace, especially down that left-hand side. It's the first goal that Southampton have conceded this season, and a lot of credit has to go to the official for allowing play to continue. But what a ball from Blanchard. Perfectly timed run by the Irishwoman, and she gets what is only her 2nd ever Crystal Palace goal. Palace 1, Southampton 1. Well, certainly from a neutral's perspective, just what the game needed. It looked as though Southampton were having the majority of things go their way. Crystal Palace are more than back in this game. Macaloni. Overhits that. Brazil acknowledges the intent. Yanez, who's been by far the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. Can't bring it under control. Carelessly given away there. what Crystal Palace won't want. They've got themselves back into the game. They can't continue to be so careless in possession.
Cool, so on that, Josie's being indecisive, so she's not following Lance, but then she doesn't pass her on early enough, and then she's dropping off too late, and then by then Hayley's already taken over. So it's indecisiveness to go with.
Nolan. Seems though there's a bit of tactical analysis being picked up on our microphones there. Primus able to reclaim her own initial header. Goddard. It does look as though it's going to roll into touch. Napier. Primus. Brazil. Tried to flick it back to her captain. Crystal Palace keep the ball in play. Van Havermaet looking down the line for Weirden, and as you can see, he has great legs. Goddard was thankful to see a goalkeeper out rushing there to take charge. Certainly we've seen the suggestion that pace in behind is certainly what Southampton are vulnerable to. They're giving the ball away, and Goddard steps across and puts it behind for a Crystal Palace corner. Well, after such a positive start to the game from Southampton, since the equaliser, they've started to look a little nervy. Weirden with Crystal Palace's third corner of the game. Goalkeeper nowhere, and I think that came off the back of Van Havermaet. Some will say fortune, others will say you make your own luck. We spoke earlier about the threat of Southampton from corners. Well, Crystal Palace, what an opening almost half an hour here. They've come from behind. And it's a home debut goal for the Belgian, Justin Van Havermaet. Not exactly sure how much she knew about it. It's definitely her goal. The assist goes to Weirden. And how quickly emotions can change in football. Joe Potter saw a defensive lap once again, see her side concede, but yeah, high fives, because it's been an excellent response from her team. What about to the right of the screen, and Simon Parker, he has seen what has been a near perfect start quickly evaporate. Looking to just relay back a few bits of key information. But we have to credit Crystal Palace. They've found a way to get themselves back into this game, and certainly from those set-piece situations offer a reminder to Southampton that, yeah, we're a force to be reckoned with. We continue to be the place for all of the action so far. Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 1, and it's still goalless between Ipswich and Forest, and Newcastle and Sheffield United. Earlier result from today, Charlton came from behind to win away at Durham. Chance to see what Southampton have to offer. Behind for the first time in this new season. Blanchard. Weirden takes charge. Skips by one challenge. Turned into trouble, in particular Atlanta Primus. McAloney with some excellent improvisation there. Simpson, we know she's got some good legs. Finds Brazil. Back to Simpson. Brazil stayed down. Took a heavy tumble there, and the referee just biding his time before deciding to stop play. Minimal movement from Ellie Brazil. She has got her head up though, which is reassuring. But unable to get back to her feet. So what an opening 30+ minutes it's been so far. Southampton it was who took the lead in the 3rd minute. And a lot of credit has to go to Ellie Brazil, the player currently receiving treatments. It was her hard work over on the right-hand side. Beat the defender, sat down the defender, low ball in. And Michaela McAloney using her attacking nous to pounce and put the Saints into an early lead, which you'll know by now, it's all change. Crystal Palace have come from behind. Thankfully for Southampton, Ellie Brazil does appear to be fit to continue. It's going to be an uncontested drop ball. Bashford, excellent quick feet. And some way through 2 Crystal Palace players there. Bourne. Her free kick. Helped on by Ferguson. McAloney's in there. The bounce certainly helped Yanez out there. And rather than look to punt it long, well, I was about to say that, pressure from Brazil forced her into that tactic. But Weirden's done a really good job of trying to make things stick when they do go long for Crystal Palace. Napier. Being ushered backwards by Ferguson. Arthur. And it looks as though the assistant's flag has been raised for offside. So it will be a Southampton free kick. She doesn't look too pleased, Jo Potter, but I'm sure inside she'll be mighty relieved at the very least that, let's be honest, an easy goal to concede has been cancelled out and her sides have the advantage. Primus. Green's clearance. Goddard. Arthur. Ferguson able to bring a bit more control to proceedings, and she's quickly double teamed. And that's certainly what Crystal Palace have done a lot better, is closing down the space and not allowing Southampton to play. You could argue it was a bit too easy for the visitors early on. Goddard. Van Havermaet swivels away from Ferguson. Maybe overran that, so it will be a Southampton throw. Fourth official, Alice Parker, just ushering back Megan Collette to take the throw. Well, of course, it is two new head coaches in each dugout. Simon Parker didn't get too carried away with the opening day victory against Ipswich. I guess that's the key, never too high, never too low. Simpson. Primus. Green did well to nip in front of the Southampton captain. Peplow. Turned into Blanchard, who's away. She has options left and right. Blanchard still going. Gets the shot off. An outstretched arm from Fran Stenson prevents Crystal Palace from adding to their advantage. Annabelle Blanchard, well, she got the assist for the equalising goal. She was going alone here. It was someone that Crystal Palace initially let go in the summer, but then were able to reconvene and add another year to her stay at Crystal Palace. But there's concern for Southampton because their captain, Atlanta Primus, is down. So we saw Ellie Brazil receiving treatment a few minutes ago, and this time it's the turn of Atlanta Primus. She's able to gingerly get back to her feet. It is a Crystal Palace corner. Jo Potter just getting chance to sit down and look back at a few replays. She's in conversation there with the goalkeeping coach. It does mean for this corner that Southampton are going to be down to 10. Primus will have to stay on the side for 30 seconds due to receiving medical treatment. Captain won't want to call time on her afternoon. She's not moving that comfortably. Crystal Palace with their fourth corner of the game. The last one ended in the back of the net. Different taker this time around. It's going to be an in-swinger from Annabelle Blanchard. Cleared. It's Napier all alone. He looks to send it back in the direction of Blanchard's. Van Havermaet does find Blanchard. Bashford, excellent improvisation, just flick the ball on the outside of her right boot. Collette, Brazil. Southampton trying to play their way through. Brazil will get there. McAloney with her arm up. She's not yet in the 18-yard box, so Brazil will need to bide her time. It was a bit of a thankless task there. She was running towards the corner flag, little options, and the cross sails comfortably into the arms of Yanis. Larkin, is she in behind here? Ball across, Goddard slips at the crucial moment. Blanchard! You could tell she wasn't comfortable taking that strike on her left, but what has been a robust Southampton defence is quickly showing its vulnerabilities here. Further encouragement for Crystal Palace. Stenson. McAloney has it back. Room here for Simpson. Takes a touch. Crosses low! And it's an own goal that draws things level. Jess Simpson will get the assist. But once again this season, we're asking questions of the Crystal Palace defence. They'd taken control of this game, but Southampton capitalised. Time, space for Simpson. It is a dangerous ball in. Well, four goals, and we haven't even reached half-time yet. Blanchard. Board. Southampton throw. I have been updated by the on-site team, and it was actually indeed Ellie Brazil who got the final touch. Certainly she was close in behind the Crystal Palace defenders, and it was the Saints player who got the crucial touch. And she has her first goal for a new club. Well, we said it, kickoff, if it can be anything like the 4-3 thriller that we had the last time Crystal Palace hosted Southampton in the WSL 2. Well, we've got 4 goals already. I do anticipate there'll probably be quite a bit of stoppage time here. Certainly in particular, you think the treatment that was received by Brazil and Primus. So the goal scoring might not be over just yet. Nolan. Referee tried to play the advantage. You saw the initial foul there on Kirsty Howitz. Certainly Blanchard's and Weirden are eyeing this one up. Stenson just trying to get a wall to move over to the goalkeeper's right. Just trying to ensure that she's got a clear sight of the ball. Run-ups to me suggest that this is Annabelle Blanchard who's going to look to strike this. It is Blanchard's. A brave defensive header. Bashford it was, in amongst all that traffic, who stood tall. So there's going to be quite a bit of additional stoppage time. Goddard's. Crucial touch. So 30 seconds gone into a minimum of 7 added minutes of first half stoppage time. Still goalless elsewhere. Ipswich, Forest and Newcastle, Sheffield United. Game of the day, undoubtedly. The one you're watching here on the Barclays Women's Super League 2 YouTube channel. And here's Bashford, looking to try and help Southampton find themselves back in front. Primus! Should she have done better? You can only admire the build-up from Simon Parker's team. Bashford's grown into the game. Brazil's been a constant threat, and Primus either side of the keeper, and I'm sure that's Southampton back in front. McAloney, the Saints looking to end this first half strongly. Trying to find fellow Scot, Ferguson, who goes down. Primus, good first touch, very positive. Bourne overran that, lunged in, won the ball cleanly though. And she's back on it here. Brazil tried to cushion the layoff. Bourne does well, very strong in the challenge. Still going. Using those long limbs to try and retrieve possession. No way out though for Crystal Palace. McAloney. Ball runs through to Ferguson. Got stuck underneath her feet. And it goes into touch. It will be a Southampton throw. Things are never dull in the WSL 2. Southampton scored 4 goals on the opening day, and they're part of what is a 4-goal thriller so far here at the home of Crystal Palace. Bourne looking crossfields. Arthur lost track of the ball. Peplo has had a quiet opening 45 minutes plus. Brazil has been very lively, an assist and a goal. And she earns Southampton a throw. Just shy of 3 minutes of the minimum 7 left to be played here. And there has been a goal elsewhere on the stroke of half-time. Newcastle 0, Sheffield United 1. So that could be a bit of a shock if that scoreline does look to continue. Southampton corner. Simpson it is, who trots over for their third corner of the game. Simpson goes deep. Really good delivery, not cleared. It was eventually. Bit of heart and mouth stuff there for Crystal Palace. Collects. Simpson back across towards Yanez's goal. The American was brave under pressure. Strong evidence to suggest that I don't think this game is going to end 2-2. Nolan. Arthur. Nolan again. Tireless work from Southampton. And they have the ball. Simpson. A little bit of luck there. Bourne. Beautiful spot there to pick out Simpson. This is lovely passing from Southampton. Especially when you consider the amount of new faces in this team. They've gelled ever so quickly. Yanez, it's flicked on. Weirden, is she in behind? She's certainly got the legs, but that's excellent recovery from Collette. Danger still not clear. Crystal Palace corner. Megan Collette to the rescue. That's what Crystal Palace supporters will want to see more of. The Flying Dutchwoman, Ashley Weirden, getting in behind, causing problems, and it was only due to the excellent defensive awareness of Megan Collette that she was denied a clean route through to goal. But she has, though, provided an assist already from a corner. What can she do with this? Palace's 5th of the game. Goes deep. Goddard's. And again, and the referee does draw time on what has been an enthralling opening 45 minutes plus. A half of firsts, a first Southampton goal for Michaela McAloney. An equaliser, the first of the season for Abby Larkin. So we do appear to be all set for the second half at the VBS Community Stadium. This is live on the Barclays Women's Super League 2 YouTube channel. Is someone going to take all 3 points here? Southampton had led, were pegged back, were trailing, and drew themselves level in what was an enthralling opening 45 minutes plus 7 additional minutes of added time. Simpson, Brazil. Palace are able to clear. So there was just the one Crystal Palace change at the break. Chloe Arthur was taken off. And on comes Elsie Hughes. Get to have a touch. She's there on the left-hand side of the screen. Attacking tweak from Joe Potter. Palace are defending here. McAloney, her ball in. Dealt with by Napier. Green. Napier skips away from Ferguson, who thought about the rugby challenge. Asking a lot there, though, of Weirden, and all that good work comes to nothing. Crystal Palace will be attacking the end where all the home supporters' noise is being made. Primus challenging, it falls to Blanchard, who overhits the attempted through ball. Brazil putting pressure on Green and still going. And the goalkeeper it was who came out and took the player out. And the referee points to the spot. And it's a yellow card for Shea Yanez. She clearly does not agree with the decision. Let's have another look. Defenders are always in trouble when you let the ball bounce, and the referee's viewing of that sees that Yanez gets nothing of the ball and all of Ellie Brazil. Well, scored in the opening 3 minutes of the game, and early in the second. What an opportunity this is for Southampton. Crystal Palace clearly don't agree with the decision. Well, here's Tara Bourne, stood over the penalty spot. She's had a long wait here. Excellent striker of a football is Tara Bourne. Can Yanez make amends? Pressure grows on the shoulder of the Southampton centre-half. The referee is finally happy. Tara Bourne manages to squeeze it underneath the dive of the goalkeeper. And another twist in this fixture. Southampton 3, Crystal Palace 2. The away side once again find themselves in front. Yanez, should she have done better there? She guessed the right way. The strike was low, underneath her body. And thankfully, I didn't do the commentator's curse. I said it was not going to end 2-2. It won't, but still, a lot of football to be played here. Pepler. A wriggle away from Blanchard, turned into Weirden. Nolan. Southampton continuing their rich goal-scoring form to start the new campaign. 4 on opening day and 3 here at Crystal Palace. Green. Just find its way through, and here's Weirden. Up against Collette. Blanchard. Weirden. Deflection. Ferguson, the most effective of clearances, but Brazil helps out a teammate and does really well there. Brazil arguing that that should have resulted in more than just a free kick. That's all it will be. And earlier on today, we saw Charlton record back-to-back wins to top the table. Southampton looking to keep pace. And looking for more here. No. Assistance flag has been raised for offside. So a goal early in the second half here, and also Nottingham Forest find themselves in front. It's Ipswich 0, Nottingham Forest 1. Newcastle United 0, Sheffield United 1. Sunderland 0, Birmingham City 0, and Bristol City 0, Portsmouth 0. Undoubtedly, and you can see exactly why we're biased, this is the game of the day. Still a lot of football left to be played before we can decide whether or not either team will be celebrating a victory. Southampton in the box seat here. Scorer of their third goal, Tara Bourne, in discussions with Jess Simpson about this free kick. Simpson it is. And the keeper came and didn't claim. Wow. It's been a busy afternoon for Shea Yanez. Bashford. Ferguson on the chase. Yanez. Only as far as Peplo. Collette. Brazil was fouled, but the play continues. Deep cross. Macaloni couldn't execute the volley. Riley helping drive Crystal Palace forward. Finds Weirden. She's got grass in front of her to run at the Southampton back line, and she can't work Fran Stenson. Top scorer last season, Ashley Weirden, yet to get off the mark this campaign. Break and play allows both head coaches an opportunity to debrief, but just to tidy things up. Crystal Palace number 20, who's just been obscured there by Van Havermaet, or just stood just in front of it. She's the latest recipient of a yellow card. So 2 Crystal Palace yellow cards in this second half. One shown to their goalkeeper, which saw the award of the penalty, and India Paige Riley also, for the foul that she committed, cautioned. More goals in the WSL too. Sunderland, big winners at Sheffield United on the opening night. They're a goal up against Birmingham City. Sunderland 1, Birmingham City 0. They're a bit ahead of us in that fixture. They've played 64 minutes. So as you can see, Palace 2, Southampton 3, Ipswich 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Newcastle 0, Sheffield United 1. And that latest goal, Sunderland 1, Birmingham City 0. They were all 1400 kickoffs. And the 1500 kickoff, which is just 20 minutes old, it still remains goalless between Bristol City and Portsmouth. Stenson. Riley. Moving at speed. Crosses behind Weirden. Collette clears. Fortune there off the back of Ferguson. Brazil, can she get the better of Napier? Making a mess of this here, Crystal Palace, and Brazil goes down. No appeals from the Southampton player. Despite her slender frame, she's more than happy to put her body about Ellie Brazil. Good strength. Clearly spends time in the weight room. Green. It's a slip from Crystal Palace. Blanchard. Larkin. Finds room! Oh! Stunning equaliser from Abby Larkin. That is a bit of Crystal Palace magic. She scored the goal to make it 1-1. And look at that, to make it 3-3. The goals don't move. She knows exactly what she's doing. The Irish international, and once again, with not even an hour played, we are all level. Crystal Palace 3, Southampton 3. How many twists and turns do we want to have in this game? Van Havermont. Maloney trying to prevent challenge the ball reaching Riley. Does slow up Crystal Palace. Once again, we're hearing the home support rejuvenated. And arguably the goal of the day so far. I say so far because certainly from what we've seen, we could not be done just yet. Weird, and it is! Who finds a way through for Crystal Palace. Southampton failed to clear. Riley, her cross comes in. Colette can only guide it to the feet of the Dutch woman. And she picks out the bit of space in Fran Stenson's goal. And in the matter of minutes, Crystal Palace have gone from trailing to finding themselves back in front. Crystal Palace 4, Southampton 3. So once again, a WSL 2 meeting between these two sides produces an absolute goal fest. Almost 2 years ago, it was Southampton who headed home 4-3 winners. They're going to have to score 5 if they want to win away at Crystal Palace once again. Blanchard. Primus, though, wins it back for Southampton. It's just one of those games that you've just got to style it out. I'm sure both head coaches will be furious about aspects of the defending, but with a scoreline like this, you just want to make sure that you're the one heading home with at least a point. Colette. Too heavy with the touch. Who would be a head coach, eh? Joe Potter going through the emotions. Almost moving in unison there with the assistant in front of it. Can't take your eyes off this fixture. Yanis. Green. Southampton have it back. Peplo. Paul. Simon Parker in discussion with his substitutes, potentially relaying instructions about exactly how he sees the likes of Ashanti Akpan and Ruby Tucker making a difference. Seven goals, 6 different goal scorers, and still at least another 26 minutes remaining. Riley. Ball had gone out of play. Equaliser for Birmingham City away at Sunderland. So a latest score there. Sunderland 1, Birmingham City 1. So goals in all of the games that kicked off at 1400. Colette. Van Havermaet tries to slow her up. Brazil. Colette. Oh! It squeezes in at the near post! Megan Colette gets her first goal of the season. Muted celebrations because I think there'll be a bit of frustration amongst the Southampton ranks. They found themselves in front in the second half. 2 Palace goals in quick succession, and a deflection helps Megan Colette level us up once again. Well, what a highlights package this is going to make. One for the ages, it has to be said, and who's to think that we've seen 8 goals and there could be more. Fran Stenson receiving treatment. Simon Parker, well, we saw him moments ago speaking to his substitutes. He's yet to make any changes. We know the likes of Peplo and Brazil are perhaps not 100% fully fit. But as we tick towards the closing stages, he's staying with those starters to try and get the job done here. Joe Potter. Very clear and firm with her instructions. She spoke about Crystal Palace wanting to play entertaining football, but does it come at the expense of defensive frailties? That's the question for both head coaches. Just look at those substitutes just itching to get involved. Palace 4, Southampton 4. Wow. And it does appear as though Southampton are ready to make their changes. I spoke about whether or not Ellie Brazil was 100% fit. I think that is further evidence that she's building towards that number, but not quite just there at the moment. She heads off on this near side of the camera, and at the top of the screen there we can see Ruby Tucker. And the other change is another player regaining her fitness, Chloe Peplo. She is replaced by the Chelsea loanee Ashanti Akpan. Referee not happy. To go again with the restart. So both dugouts bringing on attack-minded changes to try and once again re-establish the advantage here. Primus. Green clears. Heavy touch from Primus. Weird. Bashford got there ahead of Van Havermart. Riley will try again with the throw. India Page Riley. Van Havermart. Riley. Elsie Green's really struggled to make an impact in the game so far since coming on at the break. Green. Looking down the line, but that's overhit. Southampton head coach Simon Parker looking to maintain their unbeaten start. Continuing their average of scoring 4 goals per game. Stenson with the goal kick. Riley. Cleared by Bashford. Tucker will apply pressure for Green. Green takes a bit of a tumble there, and it's a Southampton throw. Crystal Palace defender saying she felt as though there was a foul there. Michaela McAloney just applies the flag back to the corner pole. Simpson. Akpan. Loose touch. Blanchard. Trying to find Hughes. Goddard is safely across, and Stenson moves the ball into touch. Riley, keen to get on with things. Here is Hughes. Blanchard, trying to create room. Hughes. Initial effort was blocked from Howitt. As you can see, neither side prepared to settle for just a point. Hughes, Larkin on a hat-trick. Unlike the previous efforts at goal, that was wayward. Van Havermart. Hughes. It's Crystal Palace now asking a lot of the questions, and the ball in towards Weirden. It was well defended by Goddard. It is a corner. Crystal Palace looking to really stretch the visitors. And it was a full stretch challenge required from Amy Goddard. Collette's down and not happy. And anger seems to be directed at Van Havermaet, who's putting her point across to referee Callum Park. Firm talking to, hopefully should be suffice. Weirden with Crystal Palace corner. Towards Van Havermaet, and I think it was Collette who got the final touch. Yep, it was the Southampton fullback. 7th corner for Crystal Palace. Weirden puts it on the goalkeeper, Stenson with a firm punch. Larkin. Sure what the exact intent of that was, but it is a Southampton goal kick. Time for Crystal Palace to make a change. Riley it is who makes way. Hopcroft with at least 15 minutes to try and impose herself on how this game will be decided. Signed a new short-term contract with the club over the summer. Green. Larkin skips away from 2 Southampton defenders. Hughes, Blanchard, and a roll away from Ferguson. Tucker in a foot race with Nolan. Van Havermaet. Hughes, Blanchard, will it find its way through to Hughes, falls to Weirden. Cross, flicked over by Howitt. Larkin, she kept the ball in play, no she hasn't. Crystal Palace unable to continue that momentum. It will be a goal kick. Brief look at the watch there from referee Callum Park. Ball spots Collette in a bit of space. Hughes tracking back. Nolan. Hopcroft. Tucker, does she get there? Plays down by Napier. Bashford's. Can't evade the outstretched limbs of Van Havermaet. Blanchard. Clear gestures towards the heads made by Callum Park to explain to players and fans the exact reason why he stopped play, and that is Ruby Tucker down on the surface. Tucker and Napier appear to be the forearm of the Crystal Palace defender that catches the teenager. See the grimace there. So he had 7 minutes of stoppage time in the first half, and he could be set for Quite a bit of additional time here to see if we can find a winner. Simon Parker's perspective, a point on the roads is not to be dismissed, especially Crystal Palace relegated from the WSL despite their defeat on opening day. One of the sides we do expect to challenge for those 2 automatic promotion places. It's good to see Tucker is sitting up. Not giving much away there, Joe Potter. We'll restart with Crystal Palace in possession. Nolan. Green. Larkin. Create, make something happen. Almost the entire Crystal Palace outfield are in the opposition half. Tucker is back in the action. Larkin's cross. Collette takes charge. Excellent defensive header. Van Havermont. One of the 7 different goal scorers we've had so far. Green. Larkin. Can she get the cross in? She can, and it trickled all the way across the chalk into the hands of Fran Stenson. Southampton going direct. I'm entirely sure that's Ruby Tucker's game. Just on the right shot there, the teenager doesn't appear to be moving too comfortably. And Blanchard coming together. Green. It's found Hughes. Nice layoff, and there's good save and a follow-up off the bar. Still Crystal Palace come forward. What a let-off for Southampton. Green. Weird it was at the far stick. Ball has not run dead. Ferguson trying to hack it clear. Bourne eventually gets sufficient distance to offer up a little bit of breathing room for the visitors, but Crystal Palace is still coming forward. McAloney keeps it in play, does really well there. Just takes the sting out of the Crystal Palace momentum. Fran Stenson played her part in keeping the score level. Really good layoff, excellent save, and the follow-up sees the frame of the Southampton goal shake. It will once again be a double change for the visitors. Atlanta Primus, the captain, she makes way for Izzy Watts. The other change saw Abby Ferguson replaced by Ellie Hack, who comes on to make her Southampton debut. Is that a sign that Simon Park is trying to tidy up the leaks at the back? Two defensive players on. Watts, McAlone. And always a willing runner up and down the flank, but that was too much for her. I guess you've got to ask yourself as a head coach, at what point do you say, okay, we can't lose this game? Who's going to be brave? Try and take maximum points here. Weirden skips away from Collette. Big cross towards Hughes. And it's some fine defending from Amy Goddard, putting her body in front of the Southampton goal, making life difficult for Crystal Palace's number 9. She knows that was the right ball from the winger, just where she needed it, and it appears as though the Palace players come worse off with that coming together. Well, still at least 5 more minutes of normal time here, but they're into stoppage time in the other 1,400 games. 1,400 as in kick-off time, that is. I'd like to update you on the scores when we get a moment. Free kick, it's like they were reading my mind there. So, the result from earlier today: Durham 1, Charlton 2, Ipswich 0, Forest 1 into stoppage time. Likewise, 1-1 between Newcastle and Sheffield United. Same between Sunderland and Birmingham. Bristol City are a goal up against Portsmouth. Watts. Collette towards Tucker. Goddard sends it back in. Napier unsure. Bashford. Strike or cross was deflected, and Hughes wins Crystal Palace a free kick. She takes quickly. Ambitious. Misconceded possession there from Crystal Palace. Collette, scorer of the 8th goal today. A game which has gone back and forth. Both sides at times finding their noses in front. But since the 64th minute, we have remained all square at 4-4. Hopcroft. Weird. Goddard's clearance. Once again, as a glimpse of maybe Tucker, she doesn't appear to be at all comfortable with the movement. You see that strapping on her right thigh. Concentration has to be at the utmost here for both sets of players. Crystal Palace on the verge of their first points of the new season. Southampton looking to maintain their unbeaten start. Is either team brave enough to go for more? A lot of stoppage time to be played. Hopcroft on the turn, trying to pick out Larkin. He was impeded there. Nice free kick. Tucker has to be careful. Could view that as trying to delay the restarts. Weird. Full of running. Here cut back. Hughes can't get there. Blanchard can't bring it under control. Green. Blanchard's very congested. No outlet for Southampton. Larkin trying to skip away from Simpson. Is that a foul? Yes. There will be a Palace free kick. And a yellow card shown to Jess Simpson. To the 90th minute, and we understand there will be 9 additional minutes of stoppage time. We will wait for confirmation from the fourth official. Weirden has already shown her threat from a dead ball situation. Weirden. We've got the final touch. It was a Palace player, so it'll be a goal kick. Confirmation from the stadium PA that there will be those 9 minutes of additional time here. Still not full time in the other 2 p.m. kickoffs. Yanis. Green. Van Havermaet helps it on. Hughes using a physical presence to try and create uncertainty amongst the Southampton back line. Palace throw. Straight to Simpson, who gives it straight back to Larkin. Assistants raise the flag for offside. It's already a scoreline that'll grab headlines, but is there a match winner out there at the VBS Community Stadium? Howitt can't find a way past Collette. I was about to say plays it straight to Green. Bashford has her pocket picked. Goddard. Macoloni can only cushion it to Blanchard. Larkin's ball in. Tough one for the goalkeeper, who understandably doesn't take any risks and gets the crucial touch to prevent any embarrassments. I'm sure this was the exact intention of Larkin in search of a hat-trick. Palace corner. Their 8th of the game. Taken by Blanchard. Goddard. Hopcroft. Goddard again. Low cross this time, and Goddard again it was. Southampton player is going to receive treatment. Appears to be Jess Simpson, but she's okay. She's going to need to be, because she's got further defending to be done here. Weird. 4 of the minimum 9 minutes of stoppage time have been played. Green. Cleared by Collette. Napier. Weirden. Still full of running after almost 95 minutes of action. Remember, we played 7 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. WSL 2 full times to bring you when I can. This one is on a knife edge here. Weirden. Goddard again with the header. Macoloni. Does really well there. Positive. Keeps possession. And it is Kirsty Howard who receives a yellow card. Wow, chance to catch your breath. It has finished. Ipswich 0, Nottingham Forest 1. So the newly promoted side have their first points and indeed win of the season. It was all square between Newcastle and Sheffield United. 1 apiece, and likewise Sunderland and Birmingham. Macoloni. Nolan. Still not cleared by Crystal Palace. It's a tame strike. Certainly feel as though if anyone's to grab a win it looks like Crystal Palace here. So we will play a little more than the minimum 9, because Emma Watson is about to come on. She replaces Annabelle Blanchard. One of the 2 changes made by Jo Potter from that opening day defeat against Charlton. Watson it was, dropping to the bench, and if you missed the news earlier, Amy Everett, the Crystal Palace captain. I'm sure Palace fans will be aware she had surgery in the summer. She's picked up an issue in relation to that previous injury. That's why she's not in the matchday squad here. I'm sure if she's not there in person, she's like you watching on YouTube and biting her nails. Nice spin from Watts, keeps the ball in play, doesn't have much support, and actually she was unable to keep the ball in play. It is a Crystal Palace throw. Green. It does look as though Southampton are a little leggy here. put in a lot of work. Certainly Crystal Palace finishing the game stronger of the two sides. Nolan. Green. Out on towards Hughes. Tucker got in the way of Watts there. Miscommunication. Bit of a Hail Mary from Crystal Palace. Falls to Watson, does it? No. The referee had spotted a foul. Southampton with a let off. It will be a free kick. So it is a first appearance of the season for Millie Motts. And Michaela McAloney it was, the scorer of the opening goal, which seems a lifetime ago, way back in the 3rd minute. Who would have predicted that 7 would follow? Hughes looking for Howard. We're here at the referee Callum Park's discretion now. 9 minutes of stoppage time have been played. There's been a couple of substitutions which would suggest at least another minute for either side. I was about to say holdout, certainly from a Crystal Palace perspective. They are going for all 3 points. I think Southampton have, for a good 10 minutes or so, just accepted that a point away at Crystal Palace and preserving that unbeaten start to the season as their priority. Bourne towards Motts. Weirden looking down the line. Wow. What's a WSL 2 classic? 2-2 at half-time, and then it was 4-3 in the second half. Ashley Weirden with a couple of assists and a goal. Thought maybe she was about to be the match winner, but in what has been one of the most dramatic games I've ever had to oversee, Megan Collette it was who came up with the equaliser for Southampton. They played out a classic 2 years ago, which the Saints triumphed 4-3. This time around, it finishes all square. Crystal Palace have their first points of the campaign, and it's a points return of 4 from their opening 2 games for the visitors, Southampton. Must-watch highlights on the WSL 2 YouTube channel to come, as it's finished here. Crystal Palace 4, Southampton 4. So what a lot to debrief here. In terms of entertainment value, the statistics alone speak for themselves. Lots of chances, lots of efforts on goal. It was a feisty game at times as well. Very competitive, just the way we like it in WSL 2. Certainly question marks for both head coaches about defensive frailties, but as we know, football's about scoring goals. We love to see it. I have been thoroughly entertained by what we've seen here today at the CBS Community Stadium. So undoubtedly the game of the day so far, but let's tidy up the results on this match day 2 weekend. Charlton, they continue their 100% start to the season. They came from behind to beat Durham. As you've seen and witnessed, an absolute classic 4-all between Palace and Southampton. Nottingham Forest, newly promoted, they get their first points in WSL 2. It's back-to-back defeats for Ipswich Town. A share of the points and the first point of the season for Sheffield United. That's a good result for them away at Newcastle. Also a share of the spoils as Sunderland and Birmingham continue their unbeaten start. And at half-time, if you do want to head over on the Barclays WSL 2 YouTube channel, once we've finished here, you will be able to catch the second half of what is currently Bristol City 1, Portsmouth 0. If you have missed anything, well, we've got you. Do not worry. Sit back and enjoy as I talk you through what has been a memorable game here between Crystal Palace and Southampton. In the 3rd minute, Michaela McAloney pounces following good work from Ellie Brazil, one of the new summer signings from Hibs. She put the Saints 1-0 up. It took the time, but Crystal Palace found their groove. 21 minutes later, found an equaliser. Their first effort on goal coming from Abby Larkin. And it was Crystal Palace who found themselves in front via a corner and the cheek of Justine van Havermaet. A home debut goal for the Belgian international. Simpson, she was a constant threat down the left-hand side, and she put it on a plate for a first goal in Southampton colours for Ellie Brazil. I've just seen a replay there of the first goal. 2-2 at half-time, and early in the second, just 5 minutes after the restart, and Southampton were awarded a penalty. Brazil fouled by Yanez, up-step Bourne to convert. Goalkeeper maybe should have prevented Southampton from re-establishing a lead. But Crystal Palace do not quit. They kept going, and check this out. Pick of the goals came from Abby Larkin, her second of the day. And then, in a matter of minutes, they'd gone from trailing to finding themselves in front. Ashley Weirden with her first of the campaign. And the scoring was completed by the Southampton defender, one of their own out of the academy, Megan Collette. Benefiting from a deflection to make it 4-4, and this is the closest we came to a match winner. Denied first by Stenson, and then the frame of the Southampton goal. Whoa, what a watch. Well, that has been an incredible afternoon of entertainment. I hope, like yourselves back at home, you thoroughly enjoyed that. That does complete our coverage from the VBS Community Stadium. For those of you still looking for further WSL 2 action, the second half of Bristol City Portsmouth is available for you live right now here on the Barclays Women's Super League 2 YouTube channel. Until next time, I've been Tom Gale. Thanks for watching.